Hello my viewers and welcome back to my channel. Before I start today's video, I just want to apologize in advance for the state of my voice. Unfortunately, I've been dealing with a terrible cough that's taken a toll on my vocal cords. I'm doing my best to power through, but please bear with me if my voice sounds a bit rough or strained. I'm really excited to share today's important discussion with you despite my less than ideal vocal condition. So with that said, let's dive right in. Now, today I'm addressing a disturbing trend that's left me sick and tired. Palm color individuals claiming that us black people have privileges. Yes, you heard that right. A palm color woman recently expressed frustration with Dear Palm Color Women videos, insisting that black people are out to the cis towards palm color people and enjoy black privilege. Hold on, what is black privilege? Does that even exist? Well, I don't know what she's talking about, but yeah, we're going to get into that. But let's set the record straight here. Black people can't be R to the cis because R to cism requires systemic power and privilege, something historically and presently held by palm color individuals. What black people have is prejudice, forged in the fire of centuries-long oppression, marginalization, and violence inflicted by palm color supremacy. At no point has anything concerning black people affected palm color people in the same way. Every social, economic, and political issue impacting black lives has been shaped by palm color actions, policies, and attitudes. The legacy of colonialism, slavery, segregation, and ongoing discrimination can be erased. It's time to call out this misguided narrative. So with that said, let's take a look at the videos as different people share their thoughts on what this palm color woman had to say about black women. Take a look at the videos. I'll be right back.
So I think I speak for most white women when I say we are sick and tired of seeing the Dear White Women videos that black women are making about us.
And many people are saying, you know what, continue.
The point to where we're waking up every morning thinking, okay, what are we going to get blamed for today?
Okay, so wait a minute. Are we still talking about black women? Or have we moved on into marriage counseling?
Oh, black people can't be racist. Yes, and be mis.
Okay, so just to play devil's advocate, they may not like you. But that doesn't make them racist. It's called prejudice. They are not the same. Okay? Continue.
Black people are racist to white people every day. And why? It's because they have no fear of...
Even though that ain't even true, you are mad at the social construct that your people created. Imagine it.
To be hateful and racist to white people.
Okay, so in this instance, we're gonna put a reverse Uno and ask, are you being a victim?
Name it, it would happen. But black people can do it, and it's perfectly fine and it's perfectly acceptable. That is black.
Okay, so which one of your privileges are you utilizing at this current moment? Is it your alligator teeth?
And one of them even went as far to say is, if you want...
One of them? Come here. You see, I don't think people have a problem with you because of your color, okay? This cat's out the bag. I simply think it's your aura. It's your energy. It's very negative. Nancy. Hello.
Every day it's something else. You can't wear braids. You can't wear this type of clothes. You can't listen to this type of music.
Many people would say, welcome to the life of a black high school student.
Santa Claus is now black.
Come here. Closer. You do know Santa Claus is not real, right? Right.
Okay, who's gonna tell her? Who's gonna tell her that unless you are albino, you are melanated?
There's something about the educated that just makes me tingle. Say more.
Some people just have more melanin than the next.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
Like if your main focus in the day is cutting down white women.
That's a real gnarly statement of you. Thank you. Carry on.
But those few that are sure making that entire race look bad.
And that's a great way to end this segment. You have the day that you deserve, ma'am. Hello.
No, we are not. And even though my hair is ugly, because I'm about to go to bed, I had to, ugly hair and all, make this post to tell you, no, we're not. Because every time black women say, dear white women, we've got an opportunity to learn, or they're actually giving us praise, or they have a legitimate question. So, no, we are not tired. You are very tired. But, no, I'm not tired, and I'm definitely white.
I think I speak for myself when I say you don't represent all white women. I have a lot of white women friends, and none of them sound like you. You are what I call an oxygen stealer. You know, it's people like you that make me feel thankful that I've been exposed to a diverse array of people so that I don't have the misconception to think that you represent all white women. No, you don't. You can't speak for all white women because you, my dear, like I said, are an oxygen stealer. I think the gentleman did a good job of, highlighting some points and stuff, but truth be told, you're like a walking, I don't even want to go any further. 1 minute is all the time I have to dedicate to my reaction to this video.
Dear white woman, I'm not exactly sure if you understand how algorithms work, so I'm going to give as elementary of an explanation as I possibly can. If you interact with something a lot, the algorithm doesn't know if you're interacting with it because you don't like it, or if you do like it, it just knows that this is what you interact with the most, so that it's going to keep giving you more of that. I typed dear white women into the search bar, and you want to know what my algorithm gave me? My algorithm gave me videos of a bunch of white women making the dear white woman speech. And I understand that I probably got those versions of the speech because I interact with a lot of white women who call out other white people, especially other white women, for their bullshit. You are obviously interacting with a lot of black women and black women's content, so you are getting a lot of black women's commentary on how they feel about white women. And I would even go as far as to say that you are probably interacting with their content because something in their content triggers the view. And you probably wouldn't be so triggered if you weren't perpetuating all of the negative behaviors that they're talking about in their videos. So instead of you doing a little self-reflection and trying to figure out why is it that I'm getting so upset every time I see these dear white woman videos, you make yourself out to be some sort of victim, and now you are bleeding all over TikTok thinking that we are supposed to empathize and sympathize with you for your bad behavior. No, not gonna happen. What you need to do is stop interacting with content that you know makes you upset, and then you won't see it. That's how algorithms work. Got it? Good.
Her assertions are not only unsubstantiated, but also deeply, deeply troubling, revealing a profound misunderstanding of systemic racism and its impacts. Firstly, her notion of black privilege ignores the fundamental principle of privilege, unearned advantages bestowed upon dominant groups. Historically, palm-colored people have held power, wealth, and social influence, perpetuating systemic inequalities, and black people, on the other hand, have faced centuries-long oppression, marginalization, and violence. Her claim that black people are artists towards palm-colored people is equally flawed because articism requires systemic power and privilege, which black people lack. We do not have that, and that doesn't affect them in any way. Prejudice, not articism, is what black people exhibit towards palm color people, a natural response to historical trauma and ongoing injustices. Moreover, her assertion that black people have no fear of being hateful or artisist towards palm color people is really astonishing, because this ignores systemic retaliation against black people who speak out against articism, historical unaliving violence and intimidation, ongoing police brutality and racial profiling, economic and social repercussions for challenging palm color supremacy. Her narrative also erases the disproportionate impact of systemic articism on black lives, the persistence of racial wealth gaps, educational inequalities, and healthcare disparities, the centuries-long struggle for basic human rights and equality. Ultimately, I feel her claims serve to gaslight and silence marginalized voices, perpetuate palm color victimhood and fragility, obfuscate systemic articism and its consequences, and we must reject such flawed narratives. Historically, discussions around privilege have focused on systems and structures that grant advantages to certain racial or ethnic groups, such as palm color privilege, which refers to the societal advantages that palm color people often experience as a result of their skin color. Now, these advantages can include greater access to education, employment opportunities, housing, and protection from discrimination. Now, the idea of black privilege, just like this palm color lady is saying, is sometimes used by individuals who seek to downplay or dismiss discussions about systemic articism and the experiences of marginalized communities. And this lady right here is that perfect example. It is often framed as a response to claims of palm color privilege or as a way to highlight perceived advantages that some individuals within the black community may have, such as affirmative action policies or diversity initiatives. Now, articism is defined as a power structure that allows one group to put a system in place where they use their race to direct discrimination against people of different race based on the belief that their own race is superior. Now, it has been around since the transatlantic slave trade, where the idea of one race being superior to another became instituted in order to excuse the enslavement of a group of people based solely off the color of their skin. Now, articism is nothing new in America, but too much of the conversation mistakes being prejudiced to being artisist. Articism can only exist when one group has power and influence over another. Black people have often been accused of being artisist by the very people who are artisist to them. Now, the issue with calling a black person artisist is that black people, by definition, cannot be artisist because articism only exists within a power structure that systematically and institutionally rewards palm-coloredness. The closer you are to being palm-colored, the more power you hold. So I don't believe that black people can be artists. It's the audacity for me, the audacity of some individuals to claim they speak for an entire group of people in this case, all palm color women. Who appointed this woman as the spokesperson for palm color women again? It's really astonishing that she thinks she has the authority to make such sweeping statements. Her claims that people are sick of Dear Palm Color Women videos reek of palm color fragility, a term coined by Robin DiAngelo to describe the defensive instincts that surface whenever palm color people are confronted with discussions about race. Now, it's clear that this woman is trying to deflect accountability and avoid confronting the uncomfortable realities of systemic articism. The truth is, the only people who are truly sick of these videos are those who are running away from racial discussions. They don't want to be held accountable for their actions, and they don't want people to speak out against the wrongs they've committed. So they create videos like these to protect themselves from having these necessary conversations. But it's not going to happen this time. It's time to call out this behavior for what it is, a thinly veiled attempt to maintain the status quo and avoid confronting the harsh realities of articism. We finally come to the end of the video, but what do my viewers have to say about this video? Share your thoughts as well, your views, your take on this in the comment section down below, and let's have a conversation there. Thank you for always watching, and see you in my next video as I bring you another interesting video.